Can goldfish see in the dark? Goldfish are beautiful, but it's hard to know much about them. You've probably heard that they're very intelligent fish, and you might even have some fun facts stored in your head about how smart they are. But can goldfish see in the dark? If so, what do they do at night? Let's start. Can goldfish see in the dark? Can goldfish live in the dark? Goldfish have developed lateral line organs which are similar to a group of sense organs that can detect and avoid trouble. They also use the system when sleeping, so they don't get eaten by predators at night, but it's not perfect because some animals such as eels manage their way through dark environments too. What happens when you put a goldfish in a dark room? Goldfish can live in the dark, but just like us, they need to get some natural light too. If you want your fishy friend cycle on track for its home Aquarius-style setting, then keep it lit up during daylight hours and turn off at night. Aquariums come with either bright or low-tech lighting that must be adjusted depending what kind of setup one has. 12-hour high-intensity lights like those used by professionals are brighter than standard fluorescent bulbs. Meanwhile, dawn simulators produce only a gentle glow, perfect if an owner wants softer tones while still getting enough illumination needed by any type species. How do goldfish sleep? Goldfish sleep when there is dark and quiet. They like to take a nap during the afternoon, but most don't go back to sleep until night because they have eyelids, so their eyes are open while sleeping, unlike humans who blink consecutive times every second. Goldfish hover about 1 inch above the bottom of its tank with their head slightly tilted downside. This position helps them breathe comfortably without bumping into any obstacles in front or behind themselves. Aquarium enthusiasts may notice that lazy goldfishes often fall asleep pretty much anywhere, even upside down. If it applies, chances are, though, you'll never see this. If you want your goldfish to have a restful night, make sure they are in the dark. It's also important that there is no sound source near their aquarium, and it should stay off for 12 hours at most. Watch goldfish sleep. Watch goldfish sleep. You can watch goldfish sleep in https://www.youtube.com/watch?time_continue=9 4 and v=epz9_8jj un feature =m_title and ab_channel=10 and UTESO fire life. Can goldfish see outside the tank? Goldfish can live just as happily in the dark, but they will eventually become ill if they spend too much time there. They are typically nocturnal and sleep during nighttime. However, this doesn't mean goldfishes don't need to be active at night. Goldies have been known not only for their ability to navigate through pitch blackness even after being blindfolded, but also use it as shelter against predators or find food by feeling around with their barbels, fin-like feelers on each side of its mouth that help them detect things bumping into one another underwater. How well can a goldfish see? Goldfish have very developed eyesight, and in some respects their vision is superior to humans. Goldfish can see more colors than us with infrared light or ultraviolet waves, the only other animals who are able to do this. Though they may not be great at seeing faraway objects up close, it's perfect for Goldie, as most things past 10 feet will just become a blur anyways due to human limitations called depth perception. Their eye placement makes them unable besides when looking into water, which creates an advantage because then everything nearby looks clearer compared with how we perceive distant objects through air bubbles, etc. Can goldfish hear? Goldfish don't have ears, but they can hear us. The answer to the question of whether or not your goldfish could detect sound is surprising, in that it has a variety of internal ear structures capable for detecting particles and pressure waves from sounds via motion detection as well. How much do goldfish sleep at night? How much do goldfish sleep at night? Goldfish sleep at night, but did you know that these fish have eyelids? They are left to the surrounding brightness in order to find a quiet and dark place. The goldfish will hover around 3 inches 8 centimeters above water with its head slightly tilted down as it searches for restful slumber. There is even video available online which shows How this pretty pet goes about her business during nap time from 2010 all the way up until now, though we can still see some things changing. First off, she does not close her eyes tightly closed like before, instead looking more relaxed than ever before while also remaining completely motionless save snoozing every once. Can goldfish talk? Goldfish have a very good sense of hearing. They can hear sounds as low-frequency and high-frequency ones, but they don't make any noise or sound themselves. Instead, their body language speaks for them. Do goldfish grow? Goldfish are often sold in a bag or bowl, but they can grow up to 12 to 14 inches long. The longest goldie is about 18.7 inches, and it was found in the Netherlands. Some people take good care of their pet goldfishes. One man even bought Hummy, a fish that had been living for 15 years after its original owner gave him up because he couldn't afford it anymore. However, most don't live past 10 years on average because it really depends on how much food you give them as well, water quality, etc. How to maintain a healthy environment for goldfish growth. How to maintain a healthy environment for goldfish growth. Water goldfish are cold water fish, so you should maintain low water temperature in your goldfish tank. The ideal temperature for a goldfish is 65 degrees Fahrenheit to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. High temperatures can cause permanent nerve damage and even death. There are many ways that people keep their tanks at appropriate levels, but one way is just by installing an aquarium fan near them, which helps cool off the air around it as well. The flow from these devices will help reduce heat stress on both sides of this equation. Your plant invertebrate friends inside. Feeding goldfish need to be fed 2 or 3 times a day. There are 2 types of food you can feed your goldfish: vegetarian and non-vegetarian foods. You should give them vegetables such as peas, spinach, broccoli for their vegetarian diet, while meatier options like apples and oranges will do in place of this fruit's absence on the list if given sufficient quantities throughout its life. Tank-sized goldfish can be kept in a tank as small as 10 gallons, but it will grow poorly and become stunted. The best size for the goldfish's tank is 20-gallon. That should keep them happy. Oxygen. Maintaining the right amount of dissolved oxygen in your fish tank is important for their proper growth. According to FWS, 5 parts per million ppm or higher is good for goldfish and other types of aquarium fish. This varies depending on species. Signs of low oxygen. When a goldfish's tank has an inadequate amount of oxygen, it can lead to many problems. For one thing, your fish will come on the surface and gasp for air frequently, which is called prolonged exposure. The lack of oxygen may also make him less active or cause labored breathing. More info. Lastly, if you notice rapid movement in their gills, then they're getting insufficiently supplied with this essential gas too, with lower levels being linked directly towards how much food our precious little guys are eating. When we know something isn't right, it's best not delay any further before taking some steps. Ways to increase oxygen in your fish tank. Ways to increase oxygen in your fish tank. If you have a low oxygen problem and are looking for ways to increase the amount of oxygen in your aquarium, pour some water from an elevated height. You can also do large water changes, about 50% if necessary, but that would be best with fresh new water first before adding any other additions like plants or substrate, because they may cause issues when mixed together. If not possible, then use one of these battery-operated pumps instead during power cuts. Just plug it into one outlet while running another set around sources such as hot filters cycled on low setting every 3 hours. Causes of low oxygen. The most common cause of low oxygen in an aquarium is overstocking. High water temperatures also decrease the level, but if you're using any kind of chemical medications or fertilizers that contain phosphorus, it can lead to a buildup and affect your tank's ability to produce enough bubbles for healthy fish life. Another possible reason could be lack light. Since plants take up more than sunlight, they give off carbon dioxide instead, which will eventually deplete air quality levels and make those poor little guys sick. The best way I've found to fix this problem? Keep adding new plants regularly so there are always lots in Ginto production. Conclusion: if you've ever wondered about the vision of goldfish, then this article is for you. We explore how their eyes work and what they can see in the dark. What do you think about these findings? Let us know in a comment below.